Hello, and welcome to the overview of Mutts, Moles, and Magpies. In this 3 to 6 player moving target game, you play as a mutt, trying to get as many treasures, toys and bones as you can, either in your hand or buried in the yard, that is, under one of your X's on the board. The whole game is based on tiles. The yellow ones are points, while others give you actions to play on your turn. You start the game with some in your hand and some buried around the board. Buried treasure is worth more at the end of the game, but also whenever you start or end your turn with less than 7 tiles, you draw more from the bag. So you usually want to use or bury all your available actions and points to free up that space and get more tiles. You also control a magpie, whose only amusement is to annoy the dogs. When you do so, you can steal tiles from other players' hands. Because birds can steal from your hand, and other dogs can dig out your piles from the board, in the game, your tiles are never safe. But that doesn't mean that you'll be at the mercy of luck. There are ways you can defend your treasure. Buried among your tiles, you can place poop tiles. These will distract other dogs and throw them off the scent of your treasure, or even make them lose their tiles. When poked by a magpie, you can play an action to shake it off and avoid getting your tiles stolen, and even send the bird to annoy other players' dogs. Moles are shared pieces, and they basically move around the board unearthing the piles of treasure, making it easier to dig them up, or allowing you to peek at the tiles to know what's buried in there. They move in a straight line until they hit an obstacle, but you can always use your other pieces to work as obstacles and direct their movement. Some of the tiles have 2 different actions to choose from, and rainbows are wild cards for any action, or can be kept as treasure. Finally, every turn you get 1 mutt, 1 mole, and 1 magpie actions, additional to whatever action tiles you have in hand. You can also potentially bury some actions so you can dig them up and use them in your future turns, since you can always recover your buried tiles just by moving on top of them. When the last tile is drawn from the bag, the end of the game is triggered. Every player gets 1 last turn, including the player that drew the last tile. Then the game ends. You get 1 point for each treasure in your hand, but 2 points if it's buried, and 5 if the treasure matches the area on your player aid. For every unused rainbow tile in your hand or under any of your X's, you get 3 points. The winner is simply the player with the most points. Thanks for watching.